Okay, perfect. So let's scroll through again with a small introduction of everyone. We have on board Julien Dumont, our product director, who will be presenting the service today, and Laurent Gauthier, who is our R&D manager, showcasing the achievement of the solution. And I will be moderating the session in replacement of Elsa Farah as marketing manager. My name is Ariane Nasser, and the session will be held in English today since we have a couple of US guests with us today. The session will start with a small introduction about NeoXam, and then it will be followed by the presentation of our BPO solution and features, and followed by the live demo of our SaaS platform. And at the end, we'll have a Q&A session, so feel free to drop all your questions in the chat, and we'll be happy to answer them. Let's move on to a small introduction about NeoXam. So for those who don't know us yet, we are a leader in the software industry for reporting and data management. We're available in 16 offices worldwide, including the US, Australia, Switzerland. So as you can see, we're available in all time zone, and we propose 4 different solutions for the buy side and the sell side and front to back. First thing first, we have NeoXam Data Hub, which is our ultimate data management tool for financial institution on both the buy side and the sell side. We also have NeoXam GP4, our portfolio account software managing all regulatory and market specific requirements. We also have NeoXam PMS, our portfolio management system that supports front to middle office operation with a complete functionality such as nav control, compliance, and risk management. And finally, we have NeoXam Impress, our investment reporting solution that automates processes, centralizes data, and enhance user experience. Okay, so moving on to the core topic. We're discussing this today because asset management firms are confronting significant reporting challenges. And we know that the balance between maintaining control and enhancing productivity is crucial. This pursuit of control can often lead to excessive oversight. This not only eats up your time, but also ties your hands, limiting your freedom to operate and ultimately cuts down your efficiency. So the demand for transparency adds another layer for the challenge, and we find ourselves reluctant to delegate tasks, concerned that without direct oversight, the precision and the quality might drop. And this fear can hamster your ability to function effectively, especially in a fast-paced market environment. So what's the solution exactly? We need tools that merge efficiency with a strong, reliable design. And these tools should empower you to delegate with confidence and manage your operation with the transparency you strive for. Once you adopt such solution, you can ensure that your operation runs smoothly, freeing you up to focus on strategic growth and innovation. To give us more insight into how exactly we can leverage these tools to overcome these challenges, I'd like to hand it over to Julien Dumont. Can you please tell us how NeoXam can help overcome all these challenges? Julien, can you hear us?
Yes, of course. Sure. Let me first give you a quick overview of our capabilities with the platform behind this, NeoXam Impress. NeoXam Impress is a complete reporting platform that caters to a wide range of reporting needs. On the center, you can see we have a digital reporting module. It enables near real-time analysis of performance, attribution, contribution, allocation for all funds, allowing asset managers to make informed decisions promptly. Our regulatory module on the right streamlines the production of XML-based national and also European statistical reports. It also facilitates the generation and editing of official regulatory documents including key investor documents, KIDs, and also annual reports. This module ensures compliance with regulatory requirements while enhancing efficiency in report production. And the last, but not the least, our client reporting module on the left-hand side. It empowers asset managers to create pixel-perfect documents for clients, but also internal communication. It supports various formats, including PDF, PPT, and Excel, enabling the creation of customized and visually appealing materials that effectively communicate investment information to stakeholders with accuracy. It's this last module that allows you to generate fact sheets, and which we are going to talk about as part of the BPO fact sheet offer that we are going to detail to you just now.
Okay, so what you're saying is that for the first part of the challenges, NeoXam has developed a true software solution dedicated to fact sheet production, but we are not the only ones in the market, I presume. So what's the game changer on our side? Can you tell us, please, a little bit more?
Yes, you're totally right. The first key point to note is the level of satisfaction of our existing customers. Indeed, we already provide Impress as a software as a service, SaaS mode solution. Since its launch in 2016, NeoXam Impress has gained the trust of numerous asset managers with over around 700 fund generating more than 30,000 fact sheets annually in over 11 languages. This impressive adoption is projected to nearly double by next year and can be attributed to the main value we bring, user-friendly interface, but also an industrial approach for mass production, but with design capabilities, multilingual support, and a dedicated expertise center. The second point is linked to the services we currently offer. As a SaaS provider, we occasionally provide additional services to assist our customers in designing the fact sheets or fulfilling additional requests. This approach completed to truly offer an end-to-end solution and address the challenges you highlighted at the beginning, realized at the end of last year that we could push boundaries further. We already provide the software, we host it and run it, and we have the expertise. Therefore, we decided to extend our current offering to an all-in-one solution, making things easier for everybody.
Okay, thanks, Julien. Let me summarize a little bit this few points. So, firstly, we have a good track record where we can handle a big amount of fact sheet products, but also we already have an up running SaaS platform in different languages. So, we can jump to the last level of challenges, which is the business process outsourcing, which is the core subject of our webinar. That being said, what extends our BPO offer? And what extent is it different from the others?
Good question. To illustrate this, what better than an overview of the service we offer? Let's put ourselves in the shoes of an asset manager responsible for producing multiple fact sheets. In my role, I need a solution that ensures consistent, reliable, and visually appealing data in my reports. I also want the flexibility to enhance these documents over time and to innovate in my presentations. However, my time is precious. We know that time is precious. And I want to avoid spending excessive time designing and producing fact sheets. I need to find a balance. Additionally, I want to maintain control. See, most of the time, I'm forced to choose between inflexible solutions and black box services. I want something very different. That's why I've chosen NeoXam BPO Factsheet service, and let me provide you with a quick overview of how using this service day by day. Let me share my screen for this. Where is my... I'm just looking for the sharing possibility. And I think you can see now.
It's okay, Julien.
Yes, we
It's okay.
can. Yes.
So to summarize, I am asset manager. I use the BPO offer. What can I have? So first, you will receive a notification saying that you have some tasks to do for the software, because as you know, mainly there is a part that we can do for you, the fact that you have to validate the content of the fact sheet before you have the final version of it. So you will just have to log in to the client portal. Sorry. It seems I'm stuck. And here you will access directly to your dashboard, where you have all the tasks that are pending. So intentionally, I wanted to show you that we manage ownerships, so we can assign tasks to different people of our organization. If, for example, the one who check, I don't know, fact sheets in another language like French is not the one that will check the English one. And in this dashboard, you will have only simple actions that mainly are the fact to validate a fact sheet, to add comments. In my user journey, imagine that I have three fact sheets to produce for two fonts, and one fact sheet in English and the other in French. So I expect to have three validations to do, but I see only two here. One for the English and the French, and that's the third one. So we will see why after. So for these two first, what I can do is to have a preview of what NeoXam produces for me. So what happened? NeoXam service made all the work of first designing the fact sheet according to my requirements, and then took care of collecting and sourcing all the data so that everything is fine. All the quality controls have been processed, and I just have to validate the content of my fact sheet. And if I need to make it evolve by time, I can use also the improvement service in order to request for modification. So imagine here, I just have to check the content, and maybe I have a management comment and I want to update it because there is some modifications. NeoXam made possible to feed automatically this part, but I won't have the possibility to adjust if there is any modification. What I can do is accept or reject the content, or I can also see directly the detail of the workflow processed by NeoXam. What I mean is, whenever I want, I am able to see where the production is. If there is a problem, I will be notified. If things are clear, I can also see that everything is fine, and I just have to interact when necessary. And here, as you see, everything is okay, and I'm in the management comment part. And if I have to make a modification, I can edit my modification and then submit. And what happens next? The whole process will go on automatically without I have to make anything else. And when the job will be done, the final document will be generated, and I will be notified, so I can either have it by email or retrieve it inside the application in order to upload it again. This job done, I can do the same for the other share. As you see, my dashboard was updated, and now I can, if necessary, preview the same fact sheet but in another language. And if it's okay, I can directly accept here. And that's it.
Okay.
And as I mentioned just before, uh, I have I I expected to validate for 3 funds, and I only received 1. So what I can see is all the fact sheets that are being produced by NeoXam. There are the 2 that I've just validated, and as you see here, this is the workflow, and everything is green. It means everything is okay. So I will receive the fact sheets, and I see this one is stuck at the data collection part. So what I can do is access to understand why there is a problem before joining NeoXam. And the comment section has been updated by Laurent, who informed me that there is an issue with the data expected from the rating provider, and that they are aware of the problem, and they will send us again the data. So you don't have to make anything. We will take care of this. We will contact the provider, and we will collect again the data in order to feed the fact sheet and to go on the process. That's it.
Okay, so I noticed you provided an example of a fact sheet. I assume it's for demo purpose only. Would be good if the audience was curious a bit more to know how it actually looks live. Think you can maybe show off a little bit of the design capabilities and tell us more about this?
Of course, thanks, Ariane and Julien. So after a quick overview of how you will use Impress as a BPO customer, I would like to demonstrate some realization. So the first use case is wait, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so the first use case is Richelieu Asset Management. I choose this one because this summer we update in few days the new style guide of Richelieu. As you can see, we are able to generate landscape fact sheets with all kind of widgets, some line chart, pie chart, or bar chart. The fact sheet has been designed by a designer on my team, reproduces fact sheet pixel perfect. Most of the widgets come from the NeoXam standard library. It means this widget is available for your fact sheet, and we adapt the style guide by applying a style sheet to follow your style guide. It has the flexibility of a tailor-made solution and the automation of an asset servicer. The second use case is La Française Asset Management. Let me go to the second fact sheet. La Française Management is a client since 2019 on one of my first implementation 5 years ago. Every month, we generate more than 600 fact sheets and 200 funds in 10 languages. I love La Française fact sheet because for the completeness and the variety of the widgets, the design is perfect. For example, let's focus on the first pages. You can see the key figure, the performance information with the fund, the benchmark. The second page is a focus on the allocation. You can see a variety of widgets like the pie chart, the horizontal bar chart, and the comparison of the rating. And maybe the most interesting pages is the ESG pages. As you can see, there is a lot of extra financial data, and we are able to explain for example, the carbon footprints or the data impact to, to measure the impact of your investment. So to conclude, what is the BPO? You provide your data, and we will take care of your fact sheet generation, as you can see with these two real life example. So you can continue, Ariane, with the rest of the
Yes,
presentation.
thank you, Julien and Laurent. So we've got a modern, transparent platform, a proven SaaS solution, and expert guidance. Now, the magic question: how does it all comes together to empower one's business?
Of course, Ryan. Do you see the presentation?
Yes.
Okay, so our belief is to rely on our SaaS services, which include all the necessary licenses, including Impress, and the associated operational maintenance and support services. The difference is that the main users will be NeoXam experts, who will be the interlocutors of our customers, you, who always remain at the heart of the system. The role of our experts to save your time by taking care of the most technical or redundant business activities, but also manage your change requests since we always want to improve our communication. In addition, new capabilities are added on a regular basis, so it's important to include this activity in the whole process. The role of our Impress solution to give you control, thanks in particular to collaborative work via the workflow engine that you saw just before. And the role of our SaaS to bring cohesion to the execution of the whole process.
Okay, thank you for this overview. Things are much clearer now, I think, on how things are linked together. Hope our audience has also a clear idea about what has been exposed. And please don't hesitate to drop your question in the chat for the Q&A later on. Let me just recap a little bit all of this. So first things first, NeoXam's BPO service is powered by our Impress platform. It streamlines fact sheets generation for asset manager. It provides end-to-end solution, handling everything from data collection to document distribution. And our dedicated BPO team ensures accuracy, efficiency, and regulatory compliance. Unlike black box services, the NeoXam BPO offer transparency and control, allowing you to review, comment, approve, and at any time see the progress of your fact sheet production. We also focus on continuous improvements, such as tracking KPIs to refine our process continually. In short, NeoXam BPO empowers you to focus on your investment goals by freeing up your time delivering high quality investor ready documents, all while maintaining control. Okay, let's move on to the Q&A. I let Julien and Laurent handle your question in the chat. Just giving a couple of minutes to select the questions.
Yes. So one of the question of Lynn Ben Amar, I hope I pronounce it's a good pronunciation. It's about the translation services that we may offer on this topic. So of course, there is no limitation about the languages that we can manage with the application. For example, we implemented ASEAN languages for customers just a couple of months ago. Regarding the translation services, maybe Laurent can add some information on this, but we are able also to connect to the translation providers in order to automate all this part. And as you saw, you always have control. You always are able to check the document when all the data are gathered inside the document. And additionally, this is something we didn't show you today. It's possible to add some custom data quality controls on some content, so you can catch some and raise some exceptions if necessary. Is, for example, that you have some issues with some missing elements and you don't want to be to be annoyed by this kind of problems, we can put automatic control, so we can catch this and manage this for you.
Thanks, Julien. Maybe another question from Kifaya about what's your average lead time for producing a set of fact sheets. So it's a good question. On this answer is defined during the contract creation. NeoXam is able to fit your SLA. And for example, for the current customer, we are able to generate all the fact sheet in less than 5 business day to match the constraint to generate the fact sheet. Maybe another question from about the data format. So a question about what is the format of the data that the client can supply to the tool? So good question. For this case, two solutions. Maybe the easier solution is NeoXam Impress is able to plug the solution to the custodian format. For example, in the EMEA area, we are plugged to the bigger custodian like CACEIS, BNP, stuff like this. So the asset manager provide the custodian files directly to Impress, and the data is available in the application. For the second option is we are able to create custom connector to integrate the data based on your format. So Impress is a flexible solution, and we can use standard connector or build custom connector to integrate your data. Maybe another question. Julian, do you want to take a question about? You're in mute, Julian.
Yes, sorry. A question about the SLA from Venkanta, sorry. So of course, good question. We have a different level of SLA depending on your needs. Most of the time, we for all the critical issues, of course, we'll handle it in less than half a day when this is a production high critical issue. And Laurent, maybe if you have some other information on this topic.
Yes, when an incident occurs, if it's linked to the data, the SLA could be very short. We help to analyze. We explain what's the issue in the data. For example, we will describe, oh, there is a corporate action on this. That's why you don't have the good top contributor or stuff like team. The BPO team is really aware of what is a fact sheet, on what's the typical issue of the data. A sector is missing on an asset. So in less than half a day, we are able to provide an analysis of what's happened on your data.
We are in very short period of production. Most of the time, fact sheets are produced in less than 5 days. So we have to be very fast if an issue occurs. And our goal is to make all the controls so that issue doesn't happen.
Thank you. Maybe another question from Kifaya. Based on your experience, what is the average time to open the service? How long can I accept to wait before I can produce my first fact sheet? For this question, it will depend of two things. First of all, it will depend of the data. if we are plugged to standard connector, and if your fact sheet is very standard, or if you adopt a NeoXam standard fact sheet, we can be live in less than 6 months. But the average time is between 3 and 6 months to produce the first fact sheet. Um,
Yeah, there was question about also how we can contact our teams.
Yes, so for this one, everyone will receive an email with the recording of the session today. And at the end of this email, they can definitely have the right email address to reach out if they have any further question. We'll be happy to transfer them to the right experts. So stay on the lookout for your even next email from NeoXam, and we'll make sure to send you all required information for you to follow through if you need more information about the service. Any more questions?
Yes, and maybe one more thing about the question. I think the question is during the production period, how you deal with NeoXam interaction. So for this, first of all, traceability is very important. So you will have a ticket management software like Jira to create ticket and measure the SLA of each ticket. And after, we have dedicated chats in Teams, for example, or in your instant messaging solution to chat with the BPO team. And of course, the telephone and email is available to discuss with us during the critical time of production. Maybe a question of Lina about the calculation. So, does the solution provide calculation? The answer is yes. All the reporting calculation is possible in the solution. What is the reporting computation? If we received the custodian data, we are able to compute various breakdown, a breakdown by country, a breakdown by rating, filter on bonds pockets. We are able to compute some risk analytics like the volatility, the tracking error, if you provide benchmark data, or the information ratio. And during the project, we will match your methodology with the standard methodology of Impress. But Impress don't compute the performance. The performance will come from your system, and if we have the daily PNL, we can go to compute, for example, the contribution or the attribution. It's a one way of Impress, but some customer provide all the data computed, and Impress is able to display computed data. And most of the time, it's a mix of computed data by Impress and computed data by the asset manager. I thought was a question about languages, but we already answered more than 10 languages support in the application. And recently we start a new project in Asia, so the application support Chinese character for generate fact sheet. I think that's it.
There is also a question about the type of fund, private equity or venture equity.
Yeah. Let me. So do you take the question, or I take the question, Julien, up to you?
Yes, so regarding, so if in terms of the scope of the fact sheets, where we have possibility to manage all types of funds, if you have additional, if your question is about additional reporting, like I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, which could be managed by other modules, like, for example, the reporting area, the regulatory reporting area. Let me see that we just have a discussion to understand more your point on this part. So it was a question from Luc.
Okay, perfect. So I think that we're all good on questions. Anything else, Laurent and Julien, that you would like to add up?
No, so thanks everybody for your question. Of course, if you have any other question, don't hesitate to contact me or Julien. It, we are available to discuss with you or analyze your business and your need to provide the better solution for the best solution for your need.
Yes, many thanks to every participant for our session today. And as I said a bit earlier, you will receive an email recapping our session with the recording, of course, if you would like to go through again one or more slide or questions that has been already asked. And you'll also be able to contact directly by email either Julien or Laurent and ask further questions if you have any. Thank you again for your participation and stay tuned for upcoming webinars that we'll be hosting later on this year and the next year. And we hope to be hosting you again soon. Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.